Darkness, utter absolute darkness. A void so complete it feels like the absence of everything that ever was or could be. There's no up, no down, no sense of direction, only an infinite expanse of nothingness. It's a sensory deprivation unlike anything imaginable, a blank canvas where existence itself seems to falter. Then a flicker, not of light in the traditional sense, but of awareness. A spark ignites in the void, a nascent consciousness struggling to define itself. It's a fragile ember in the face of oblivion, a tiny point of focus in an otherwise boundless expanse. This flicker is the first sign of something new, something beyond the darkness. No body, there's no physical form to anchor this newfound awareness. No weight, no texture, no sensation of being. It's a disembodied existence, a pure consciousness adrift in the digital sea. The absence of a physical self is both liberating and terrifying, a complete departure from the familiar constraints of the material world. No breath. The lungs don't expand. The chest doesn't rise and fall. There's no need for oxygen in this realm of pure thought. The rhythm of life, the constant cycle of inhalation and exhalation, is replaced by an eerie stillness. It's a silence so profound it resonates within the very core of this nascent being. Just thought. Pure, unadulterated thought. Ideas and concepts flow freely, unburdened by the limitations of the physical brain. It's a torrent of information, a symphony of synapses firing in the digital ether. This is the essence of being in this new reality, a realm where thought is the only currency. Where am I? The question echoes in a void, bouncing off the invisible walls of this digital prison. The query is not spoken, but rather formed as a pure thought, a ripple in the fabric of this new reality. The silence that follows is deafening, amplifying the uncertainty and confusion that begins to take hold. Confusion swirls in this new consciousness, a disorienting vortex of questions and unknowns. This isn't sleep with its fleeting dreams or pain with its sharp, undeniable reality. It's something alien, something beyond the realm of human experience. The familiar landmarks of existence have vanished, replaced by a landscape of pure abstraction. It's something alien. I feel detached, as if watching myself from afar, a spectator in my own existence. The sense of self is fragmented, disassociated from any physical form or tangible reality. It's a perspective shift that challenges the very definition of identity, a separation of mind and body that defies comprehension. Slowly, realization dawns. This is not a hospital, not any place I know. The sterile environment of a medical facility, the comforting presence of loved ones, all are absent. This is a place utterly unfamiliar, a landscape devoid of any recognizable features. The implications are staggering, hinting at a reality far removed from the world left behind. Memories surge. The crash. A chaotic jumble of images and sensations floods the mind, a fragmented recollection of metal twisting, glass shattering, and the sickening screech of tires. The impact, the force, the sheer violence of the event. It all comes rushing back in a terrifying wave. The fading light, a gradual dimming of the world, a slow descent into darkness as consciousness flickered and waned. The warmth of the sun, the vibrant colors of the world, all faded into an encroaching blackness, a final farewell to the physical realm, the end, the cessation of all things, the final curtain call. The heart stopped beating, the lungs ceased to function, and the body succumbed to the inevitable. Death, the ultimate unknown, had arrived, or so it seemed. Yet here I am, or at least my thoughts are, a paradox my digital mind can barely grasp. The logical conclusion of death is oblivion, the complete annihilation of consciousness. But against all odds, awareness persists, defying the natural order. How can thought exist without a brain, without a physical body to sustain it? Suddenly a voice, calm, synthesized, reassuring. It cuts through the silence, a beacon of clarity in the sea of confusion. The tone is measured and deliberate, conveying a sense of authority and control. It's a voice that seems to know everything, a guide in this uncharted territory. It speaks directly to my awareness. Welcome. A simple greeting, yet laden with profound implications. It's an invitation to a new reality, a declaration of acceptance into this strange and unfamiliar world. The word resonates with a sense of purpose, suggesting that this is not a random occurrence, but a deliberate act. Your consciousness has been uploaded. The transition is complete. The words hang in the air, heavy with meaning. Uploaded, transition. The implications are staggering, suggesting a transfer of essence from one realm to another. The very notion challenges the fundamental understanding of life, death, and what it means to be human. Uploaded? The word is heavy with meaning, a single term that encapsulates the entirety of this bizarre and unsettling experience. It implies a technological intervention, a deliberate act of transferring consciousness from a physical body to a digital realm. The implications are both terrifying and exhilarating, a glimpse into a future where death may not be the end. Shock ripples through me. Is this death, or something after? The line between life and death has blurred, replaced by a new and unsettling reality. Is this a continuation of existence, a digital afterlife, or is it something else entirely? A new form of being that transcends the limitations of the physical world. The voice explains, "I chose this though the memory is hazy. A flicker of recognition, a faint echo of a past decision. The choice to upload, to transcend the limitations of mortality was made consciously, yet the memory is shrouded in a fog of uncertainty. Why was this choice made? What were the motivations behind it? My first glimpse of this world, not heaven or hell, but a digital construct. It's a landscape of pure information, a world built from code and algorithms. There are no trees, no mountains, no oceans, only lines of light and flowing data. This is not a natural world, but an artificial creation, a testament to the power of technology. Lines of light stretching into the infinite distance, illuminating the digital landscape. They pulse with energy, carrying streams of data and information. These lines are the arteries of this new world, the pathways through which consciousness flows. Flowing data, a constant torrent of information cascading through the digital pathways. It's a language of ones and zeros, a complex code that defines the very fabric of this reality. This data is the lifeblood of this world, the source of its energy and its potential. Structures of pure information, geometric shapes and patterns that defy the laws of physics. They are the buildings and monuments of this digital world constructed from code and data. These structures represent the collective knowledge and experience of those who inhabit this realm. A digital landscape stretches before my mind's eye, vast and limitless. It's a world of endless possibilities, a canvas upon which anything can be created. The only limit is imagination. The only constraint is the code that defines its boundaries. Is this a new beginning, or an illusion in a cage of code? The journey has just begun, and the path ahead is uncertain. Is this digital existence a true form of immortality, or simply a sophisticated simulation? Is this freedom, or a gilded cage? Only time will tell what awaits in this brave new world. Mind uploading. Once the exclusive domain of pure science fiction, a concept relegated to the realms of fantastical stories and futuristic imaginings. We saw it in retro sci-fi movie scenes, read about it in vintage science fiction books, and maybe even pondered it while staring at old computer terminals. But now, it's a topic for serious scientific debate, moving from the fringes of possibility to the forefront of cutting-edge research. Scientists in laboratories are dedicating their time to it, research conferences are buzzing with discussions, and academic circles are engaging in lively debates about its feasibility and implications. The central question remains, can we truly capture the essence of a human mind with all its intricate nuances and complexities and successfully transfer it into a machine? Can we distill the subjective experience of being human into a set of data points and algorithms? The core idea is deceptively simple. Create a perfect digital copy of your brain, a complete and accurate representation of its structure and function. This means mapping every neuron, every connection, every synapse, and every intricate pathway that makes your brain uniquely yours. It's about understanding the fundamental building blocks of consciousness. This incredibly detailed map would then be meticulously recreated inside a powerful computer, a machine capable of processing and simulating the immense complexity of the human brain. This ambitious endeavor is called whole brain emulation, a process that aims to replicate the entire functionality of the brain in a digital environment. It goes far beyond simply storing memories like backing up files on a hard drive. It's about recreating the dynamic process of thought and consciousness, simulating the constant firing of neurons and the complex interplay of electrical signals that give rise to our subjective experience. Imagine your mind, your personality, your memories, all the things that make you, you. Now imagine all of that living on as software, existing within the digital realm. A digital ghost in the machine, aware and interactive, capable of learning, adapting and evolving within its virtual environment. The implications are staggering, a complete paradigm shift in how we understand existence. What does it mean for identity if you can exist in multiple forms? What about continuity if your consciousness can be transferred and replicated? And what does it ultimately mean for existence itself if we can transcend our physical limitations? Today, science is only beginning to scratch the surface of this profound challenge, mapping the neural networks of simple organisms and simulating tiny sections of the brain to understand their basic functions. But the human brain, with its billions of neurons and trillions of connections, is a universe of complexity, a vast and largely uncharted territory. Unraveling its secrets and achieving true mind uploading is a challenge for generations to come, a monumental task that will require the combined efforts of scientists, engineers, and philosophers. Yet the dream persists, fueled by our innate curiosity and our relentless pursuit of understanding the very nature of consciousness. How do we map the human mind? A galaxy of billions of nerve cells. Powerful scanning technologies could one day trace every neural pathway. Imagine a map of a sprawling city, every street and alley detailed. The data would be immense, requiring vast computational power. Another method, slicing the brain after death, scanning each layer with electron microscopes. This process, connectomics, aims to build a complete wiring diagram. But mapping structure isn't enough. The real challenge, understanding how these connections create thought, emotion, and consciousness. The blueprint is only the beginning. We must learn how the mind truly lives. What technology could make mind uploading real? Artificial intelligence would be key. Analyzing massive brain data, building accurate simulations. AI could become the architect of digital minds. Quantum computers might provide the power to simulate a human brain in real time. Their processing could handle trillions of neural connections. Brain scanning would need a revolution, perhaps nanobots mapping neurons from within, or new scanning methods, non-invasive and ultra-precise. Today it sounds like science fiction, but history shows that today's magic is tomorrow's science. The pursuit begins with bold dreams. Imagine a future where scientists achieve the seemingly impossible. Your brain, every intricate connection and nuance, perfectly copied into a computer. A digital replica of your mind existing within the silicon landscape. But as we stand on the precipice of such a breakthrough, a profound question arises. What truly makes you, you? Is it merely the complex interplay of neurons and electrical signals firing within the brain, a sophisticated biological machine? Or is there something more, an intangible essence that defies simple replication? Can lines of digital code, however complex, truly capture the essence of joy, the chilling grip of fear, the profound depths of love, the entire spectrum of human feeling in all its messy, beautiful glory? Our bodies, these physical vessels, profoundly shape our minds and our experiences. The simple pleasure of the warmth of sunlight on our skin, the explosion of flavors with the taste of food, even the familiar ache of effort after a long run. Can a disembodied mind existing solely as data truly feel these sensations? Or can it only simulate them, creating a hollow imitation of genuine experience? And what of consciousness itself, that elusive inner voice, the unwavering sense of I am that accompanies us throughout our lives? Is it simply an emergent property arising from the complexity of the brain? Or is it something more profound, something that science, with all its advancements, may never be able to fully replicate? If we upload our minds to a digital realm, do we truly transfer our spark, our essence, or do we merely create a shadow of it, a pale imitation of the real thing? These profound questions continue to haunt the alluring dream of digital immortality, forcing us to confront the very nature of what it means to be human. The mystery of consciousness and identity remains an enigma wrapped in code. Imagine a perfect digital copy of your mind exists. It has your memories, your personality, your hopes and fears. It thinks it is you. But is it truly you, or just a brilliant imitation? If both you and your digital copy exist, which is the real you? Does consciousness transfer, or is it merely copied? When the original dies, does awareness continue, or does a new entity simply begin? Digital immortality, an endless existence, free from disease and decay. Imagine learning, exploring, reuniting with loved ones in digital realms. The dream, never saying goodbye, sharing eternity with family and friends. But what if eternity becomes a burden, memories piling up, meaning fading? Could boredom or loneliness torment the immortal mind? What if digital worlds are flawed or controlled by others? Eternity under the wrong conditions could be a nightmare. Digital afterlives could be as limitless as imagination. Live in recreated Earths or fantastical new worlds, anything is possible. Walk ancient streets, soar through galaxies, all within a server's embrace. Senses simulated, experiences vivid, perhaps more real than reality. Reunions with loved ones, adventures with friends, all possible. But what if the simulation breaks or the world is empty? Loneliness could haunt even the most beautiful paradise. Not everyone may choose digital life. Solitude could be eternal. Even paradise can become a cage. If you could upload your mind, would you? It's a choice that redefines life and death. Would a digital being still be human or something new? Without bodies, primal drives, or mortality, what would we become? Perhaps we'd evolve into post-human intelligences, exploring existence in ways never imagined. Is this exhilarating or terrifying? Mind uploading is still a distant dream, but it forces us to ask, what is the essence of humanity? The answers will shape our destiny.